the huge areas of the world that have never been looked at by archaeology at all. Or if looked at by archaeology, looked at only minimally.
July 30th, 1967, Wisconsin's Rock Lake hides a secret beneath its waters. 7 sponge divers plunged into the depths, expecting a routine dive, but what they unearthed was something far beyond their imagination. This wasn't just another day exploring the lake. It was the beginning of a mystery that has baffled experts for decades. One diver, Jack Kennedy, swam further into the murky depths and froze. Rising from the lake bed was a massive triangular structure, its peak almost breaking the surface. It wasn't just any rock. It was deliberate, towering, and ancient. Measuring roughly 20 feet across, it loomed 40 feet from the lake's edge, its surface worn yet striking. Kennedy gathered fragments from around the structure, evidence that would fuel debates and theories for years to come. Could these underwater formations be remnants of pyramids in Wisconsin? What secrets does Rock Lake hold? Let's dive into the mystery. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. In southeastern Wisconsin, Rock Lake might seem unassuming, a quiet 1,300 acres stretch of water surrounded by small-town charm. But beneath its murky surface lies a mystery that has captivated locals, divers, and archaeologists alike. With depths reaching 61 feet, the lake sits just 3 miles from Aztalan, the most significant archaeological site in the state. Aztalan, often called the Ancient City, was named in 1837 by Judge Nathaniel Heyer, who linked it to Aztec legends of a northern homeland called Aztalan. But could Rock Lake itself hold secrets even older? For years, whispers of submerged structures, pyramids no less, swirled around the lake. The town of Lake Mills seemed to embrace the intrigue, with businesses sporting names like Pyramid Motel and Pyramid Silo Services. Yet there's nothing above ground to justify the name. The truth lies hidden beneath the water, shrouded by layers of algae and silt. In 1967, those whispers took a dramatic turn when a group of sponge divers ventured into Rock Lake. One diver, Jack Kennedy, made a discovery that stunned them all: a massive triangular structure rising from the lake bed. It wasn't natural. It appeared deliberate, ancient, and haunting.
As the water levels change, some of those ancient cities could be completely covered.
At 20 feet wide and just 40 feet from the shoreline, the structure was unlike anything they'd seen before. Kennedy retrieved fragments from the area, sparking a firestorm of debate. Could this be the evidence that locals have been waiting for? Geological studies suggest that the lake, and whatever is buried beneath, has been submerged for over 10,000 years. If true, it places these structures far beyond the reach of most recorded history. Native American legends speak of ancient builders driven away by a catastrophic flood, leaving their creations to sink beneath the waves. Yet mainstream archaeology remains skeptical, brushing off the claims as fanciful. But with physical evidence in hand and legends that refuse to fade, the question lingers. What secrets are hiding at the bottom of Rock Lake? Could this quiet Wisconsin lake be home to one of the oldest pyramids on Earth? Aerial photographer Jack Letourneau, soaring above Rock Lake, captured images that reignited this debate once again. According to mainstream science, what lies beneath shouldn't exist, and yet it does. These submerged structures defy conventional history, whispering of an ancient past we've only begun to uncover. The Lake Mills Chamber of Commerce also keeps the legend alive, sharing the tale of Native Americans building these pyramids in a desperate bid to end a drought. According to the story, their prayers were answered, but not as they expected. The valley flooded, bearing their creation forever. Modern accounts of the structures date back to the early 20th century. Divers and fishermen began spotting unusual shapes beneath the surface, shapes too precise to be natural. In 1937, Wisconsin diving pioneer Max Knoll described a discovery that left him stunned: a stone formation resembling an upside-down ice cream cone. Since then, groups like the Rock Lake Research Society have taken up the search. Divers, pilots, and scientists joined forces in the late 1990s and early 2000s, capturing intriguing photos and sonar data. Among their findings, evidence of an 18-foot tall stone pyramid with a base spanning 60 by 100 feet. Yet even these efforts left critical questions unanswered. Are these formations man-made, or is nature the sole architect? Mainstream scientists remain unconvinced. Former state archaeologist Bob Birmingham dismissed the claims outright, calling them a bunch of baloney. He argued the structures were nothing more than rock piles shaped by ancient glaciers. But believers aren't giving up. With advances in sonar mapping and underwater imaging, the evidence is growing stronger. Could Rock Lake truly hide remnants of a forgotten civilization? And if so, why does academia resist the idea so fiercely? But the mystery doesn't end at Rock Lake. Farther afield, places like Fort Ransom hint at even broader connections. Amid the rolling farmland sits Pyramid Hill, an unassuming mound whose shape mirrors ancient structures found across the globe. While mainstream geologists insist it's a natural formation, locals, and even some historians, strongly disagree. They believe this hill isn't just a geological anomaly, but a man-made pyramid, possibly the oldest on Earth. But Pyramid Hill isn't the only mystery here. Nearby, a relic known as the Writing Stone adds an even deeper layer of intrigue. Discovered centuries ago, this ancient artifact is etched with cup and ring marks, forming a cryptic pattern that has defied translation. Some say it resembles a blend of music and Morse code. Attempts to decode it have failed, leaving experts and amateurs alike wondering who carved it and why. The Writing Stone isn't unique to this area. Similar markings appear on boulders in Saskatchewan, South Dakota, Iowa, and even far-flung sites across the world. Yet no one knows who created them. Were they messages, maps, or perhaps something else entirely? Some speculate that the Writing Stone was left behind by the original builders of Pyramid Hill, a culture so ancient and advanced that their language remains beyond our understanding. But if that's true, why is the stone undecipherable? What could this unknown civilization have wanted to communicate? Pyramid Hill and the Writing Stone raise questions that challenge conventional history. Could this modest hill in North Dakota hold the key to understanding an ancient, forgotten culture? A culture capable of building pyramids and crafting a written language so complex that even modern technology cannot crack it? In the Cheyenne River Valley, these mysteries persist. Were they left as clues or as warnings? Perhaps someday we'll uncover the truth about Pyramid Hill, the Writing Stone, and the people who left their mark on this land. Until then, the enigma remains, a past we have yet to fully understand. Now let's turn our focus to one of the most remarkable feats of ancient engineering, the Inca Road. Spanning an incredible 25,000 miles across Peru, Chile, and beyond, this ancient stone pathway links countless ruins steeped in mystery. Carved through solid cliffs and running along sheer rock faces, it's a marvel of construction that defies modern understanding. While mainstream academia attributes it to the Incan civilization, the sheer scale and precision suggest a far older, more advanced origin. And the sites it connects only deepen the mystery. One such site is the Huaca del Sol, a massive adobe brick temple located on the northern coast of Peru. This ancient structure, along with its neighboring temple, Huaca de la Luna, stands at the foot of Cerro Blanco, a volcanic peak. The Huaca del Sol is considered one of the largest pre-Columbian adobe structures in the Americas, supposedly built by the Moche civilization between 100 and 800 CE. Archaeologists estimate that over 130 million adobe bricks were used to construct the Huaca del Sol, with bricks bearing marks from more than 100 different communities, suggesting widespread collaboration. By 450 CE, the temple had undergone 8 distinct construction phases, each layer built atop the last. But despite its recognized architectural brilliance, questions about its true origin and purpose remain largely unaddressed. Some researchers argue that the Huaca del Sol isn't merely a temple, but the remnants of an ancient pyramid, potentially older and far more significant than current narratives suggest. If true, it raises unsettling questions. Why would civilizations separated by oceans and time, such as the Moche and the Egyptians, construct similar pyramid structures? Could this parallel be mere coincidence, or does it point to a deeper, shared connection? The similarities between pyramids in South America, Africa, and beyond challenge the conventional timeline of human history. Were these structures truly isolated achievements, or do they hint at a forgotten era of global communication and shared knowledge? So who built the Huaca del Sol? What secrets does it hold? And why are so many of these ancient wonders linked by roads, shapes, and mysteries that defy explanation? As we wrap up, we leave you with this question. Could such structures exist closer to home, perhaps even in places like Wisconsin? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time. Stay curious.